left. Welcome to the players left. Yeah. When no other moment, man, it can't compare.
Welcome to the 48-hour rule, a UteNation podcast. The 48-hour rule is now in effect. Everybody, welcome to another edition of the 48-hour rule, a UteNation podcast. It's a unique one this week. It's the Holy War. It's the one that everybody looks forward to on a yearly basis. You know, a lot more riding on this game this year. We got two ranked teams, one with one loss, and it's not the one that it's the one that we're usually talking about. But we also got another guy on here whose team is 6-0. And he's a frenemy. We forgive him. You know, anybody that's watching this right now, we got some listening on Spotify, some listening on Apple. But for those that are watching this, you see a familiar last name, maybe not a fully familiar face, but Bronson Kaufusi, a name and family legacy that's been so important to the Holy War. Man, how you doing, man? I appreciate you coming on.
Hey, doing good. Thanks for having me.
Of course, man.
The best game.
The best, man. We're going to have some fun here in a minute, dude. And as typical, I got Zack and Kenneth Scott. We were finally able to carve out a little bit more time for you on the schedule and get some time that made sense, huh?
Yep, for sure. Excited to get this thing rolling,
Man. So here's the deal, guys. So, you know, we got going a little bit later. We had some technical difficulties a little bit at first. You know, it was that Cougar education, you know. So, you know, Kenneth, you've got to bounce off this in about 15, 20 minutes. Man, mm-hmm. I love just sitting back and taking things in sometimes, and you guys have some of the greatest stories and some of the funnest banners. So, man, I need to hear from all three of you guys just battling back and forth on why Utah is going to beat BYU and Bronson, why BYU is going to come close to beating Utah. But just like you said, every year of your life, it always comes down to like 1 point or one possession, right? So what's going to go on in this game this year? Hey, Big Noon Kickoff. It's going to be a fun atmosphere, boys.
Well, first and foremost, I'm super excited that it's getting the exposure that it should have. And I always, I grew up on USC, UCLA type of rivalries. And so, coming into this type of rivalry, I always felt like the exposure should have been to that magnitude because, man, you got like the tradition and the history that I've never witnessed before. Like, you go to a grocery store, an 8-year-old come pull up to you like, F not saying the real F the U, but frick the U, right? And I'm like, dude, you're 8 years old, bro. Like, what you mean? Like, you can't press them or anything. It's like, bro, what? But the rivalry runs deep. And so, I've always thought that this rivalry should have been getting more exposed. But I'm super excited that the Big Noon Kickoff is here because it's showing you the magnitude in which it carries.
What was your first one that you watched? Kenneth, what do you remember?
I ain't gonna lie. I didn't watch one until I came to Utah. That was the first one. And I mean, unfortunately, I've never seen us lose or been a part of us losing,
I'm playing. What was your first year?
2010.
2010. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
That was the field goal by Brandon Burton. Yeah, that one was crazy.
I missed that one. I was on a church mission that year. I missed it. I still don't know what happened. I know I can rewatch it now.
Wait, no. When we weren't recording, you said that was one of your years.
2010.
You said the field goal one, the Burton one.
No, not Burton.
There's another one.
In one in the 90s. Do you remember when it went off Utah was kicking it into the north end zone? Uh-huh. Was it Utah was kicking it? Maybe Utah made it that year. But there was another one.
There is another one.
Kicked it and went off the upright. Yeah. It's like back-to-back years, I think.
Yeah, 2012. Yeah. It came
right. That was my year. 2012.
That was your year. Oh yeah.
That was my freshman year. That's the one you're talking about.
Yeah.
yeah. That is legendary. That was my freshman year. My first play, I line up for my first ever BYU versus Utah play, and I line up and I'm crossing the tight end and the offensive tackle. And I got my first cousin right here, and I got my first cousin right here.
Wow.
That's what's crazy. So Bot. You probably know Bot.
Yes, I love Bot.
And then David Rolfe.
Yeah. Oh my God, Rolf. I love that.
Those are my first cousins.
Yo, when he switched from DN to tight end, I was like, really? But he balled out at tight end. He was tough. That's crazy. Your first cousins?
Those are both my first cousins. Those are like my first plays I had against Utah was against my first cousins. It's kind of rare. But like,
dude,
they're a little bit older than
me. Kaufusi blood runs deep out here, man. It's nuts.
Bro,
yeah, their moms are Kaufusis.
Wow. Mm-hmm. So let me ask, what made you want to go BYU and not Utah?
Well, hey, going back, remember my dad, right? You know, he went from Utah to BYU, and honestly, like he never even talked about how he played football, and we thought he just coached football. And then, you know, we heard that he played at BYU because he's the oldest, right? And then the next brother went to BYU. And then the rest of the brothers all went to Utah. And then that's because, I mean, he was coaching at Utah. Mm-hmm. He coached at Utah for like 8 years. Then he coached at BYU for like maybe like 18 years, 17, 18 years. Yeah. So I ended up going and playing for my dad. But I was the first one out of those cousins. Oh, yeah, look at that. So that's my Uncle Doug on the left who played at Utah. My Uncle Henry that played at Utah. My dad that coached there. And then my Uncle Jeff who played there as well. So I was the first one out since the uncles and those first two cousins that went to BYU.
Wow.
And then back when you were wearing the right color, right?
Hey, there I am right there. Hey, I remember. I still remember as a kid when they redid that stadium. That's how far back I remember going. Like when that stadium was brand new as a kid.
Yeah, that's a trip. What was that? 97? Something like that?
Yeah, something like that. But I just remember in the south end zone as a kid, I used to just go there and try to play the games and get a few NFL cards. Yeah, you know, I always had to. That was and then you're always playing football over there with all the other kids, all the other coaches' kids. You know, so I mean, growing up, like I knew Coach Mack, Coach Witt, everybody.
So Bronson, man, I heard something pretty cool. I can't remember if it was. I want to say it was your cousin John that brought this up to me. But you kind of had a full circle moment, right? So like Steve Smith was going to the U when, you know, you were a little kid up there and your dad was coaching and you ended up playing with Steve for a minute.
Yeah.
How was that experience, man?
Oh, it was pretty crazy. It was actually really crazy because I remember when my dad told me that he was going to coach at BYU and he said I had to get rid of all my Utah stuff. Well, I was that coach's kid. You know, the coach's kid that's always there at the facility after the game. Can you sign this? Can you do, you know? I was that kid. So I had all my Steve Smith stuff as a kid, you know? And my dad's like, hey, throw that away. So I had to go throw away all my Steve Smith stuff. You know, all the guys, like the Dysons, like I'm trying to remember all the stuff I had. What? Like, I mean, there's a lot of different quarterbacks. Like the main quarterback I remember watching was like Darnell Arsenal, you know, and then, Anderson, the running back when he ran all over USC at the Vegas Bowl. I remember that game. Like I had all that stuff, threw it all away. So when I saw Steve at the Ravens, it was awesome because he knew my dad really well. And so, you know, every time I see him, he's always like, hey, tell your dad what's up. Like he was always good to me. So that was cool. But then, you know what Steve did that was really cool though, is he came up to me and he was like, hey, do you think if I give you $1 million, you could survive off it the rest of your life? And I was like, no. And he goes, good answer. Read this book. And he gave me The Richest Man in Babylon. Oh, wow. And it's a finance book. And I read that book, and that's what changed it for me. I literally got into all that stuff, like, because that book led me to the next book, led me to the next book. But he was always talking like that about stuff off the field. So it was pretty cool.
Damn, that's so cool.
That's cool, man. See, and stuff like that really kind of hits and resonates with K. Scott because – you know, some of the stuff that he's done since leaving the game and everything, he does a lot with like motivational speaking, you know, and just making sure kids are prepared and ready. So that's awesome. Pretty cool, man.
Yeah. No, yeah, he's great.
Well, Zach, what was your come to BYU moment, man?
You know, that's the year too. I need to make sure I get in the years right so I can think of which game it was.
Yeah. Well, my first year was 16. Taysom Hill was the quarterback. Why am I blanking on the running back? Jamal Williams.
Oh,
was
Jay
the running back.
Oh,
Yeah. So for me,
Nice.
I don't think I had ever heard of it. Like, I don't think I had ever heard of it coming from Miami, right? Like, for us, rivalries down there, Miami, Florida State, Florida, Miami, Florida, right? Like, that's the in-state rivalry game. So that was huge. So I knew all about those more than I knew probably about, like, any other one. So, like, when I got there, I didn't take it seriously just because I didn't understand, like, just the full weight of everything. And 16 was my freshman year, obviously. And I believe it was like my first, it was definitely my welcome to college moment in the sense of like just the energy of the stadium. It was a home game for us. We got on all red, they got on all blue, right? Like just like the energy and all that type of stuff. Like it was different. And as a freshman, you like you just wide eye, like you don't really understand fully what's happening and like just. And I was like, if I was to lose any one of those games, right? Like now, like I love that I never lost one of those games. Right? Like it is a huge thing to carry that. Like you love the fact that you didn't lose that. But like if I ever did lose one, 16 would have been the one I lost because I didn't understand it. Right. Like every year after that, I was like, oh, okay, well, yeah, we can't lose this game, right? Like, and just the way that the coaches went about it, like preparing for that week, like the videos the entire time throughout the facility, right? Like you learn to never say those three letters. It's always TDS, right? Like even Urban Meyer just came back a couple of weeks ago for the Texas Tech game, and he hasn't coached here in over 20 years, right? Like, and this dude is still saying TDS. And like it's crazy just the fact that like it is one of the best rivalry games. And like K. Scott said, like just the fact that it's finally, getting the respect that is really old. Like this should be one of those games where it's always on TV, right? Like just the impact and just people continuously learning about it. Because it is a really, really crazy game. Like this is one of those games where like, Miami versus Florida State, like that only impacts like if you care about football, right? Like this impacts like you at work, right? Like if I work at Smith's, right? And then like at the cash register and I got on the Utah hat and somebody's checking out with a BYU thing, it's a look they give you, especially if it's, the time of the year. So it's like, this is a real thing. And I'm like, bro, it's a real thing. Like it's different. But like 16 was my first year. And I was like, damn, these dudes are strong. Like I'm like 19, 18, maybe something like that, right? I'm like, yo, these dudes strong as hell. And once somebody was like, man, yeah, they look older too. I was like, what you mean a little older? What is that like? He was like, they went on missions. I'm like, oh, so these dudes, he's like, yeah, I forget you guys had a linebacker. I can't remember what his name was, but dude was like 23. And I'm like, oh, okay, this is different. Like, all right, so it makes sense why they stronger. It makes sense why this hit feel a little bit different than if we was playing somebody else around my age level, right? So 16 was my first year. It was the first time that I actually stepped onto the field, I believe. And I was like, yeah, this is different. This is what college games are supposed to feel like. Yeah,
I remember that game. I remember watching it.
Yeah, I think you guys went for the 2-point conversion and didn't get it. It's crazy how you can remember some of these games just so vividly.
Yep.
But yeah,
I didn't play that game, and I remember it just because I'm on both sides, so I know I watch it every year. I have to watch everything.
You know what's crazy? I don't think like every year I played, there was never a moment where, well, except for 2011, where we just dismantled them. But like every year, like I remember, I think it was your senior year too, Bronson, the 2015 year.
Yeah,
in the Vegas Bowl. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, man, we're up 35-7. It's a wrap.
The first quarter.
What? Y'all came back. I'm like I'm thinking we ain't gonna play the fourth quarter, so I'm just chilling on the sideline. I ain't worried about nothing. I'm hurt like anyway, so I'm like, I'm glad my ankle hurting. And then they were like, hey, y'all, get ready to get back in. I'm like, what you mean? Man, I was like, oh, 35-28, 30. I'm like, yo, this is crazy. Like, And it's always comes down to like one moment, like the 2010 with the blocked field goal, 2012, the 3 missed field goals. It's just a crazy rivalry, man. And I loved every bit of it, you know. And it's even crazier, like the friendships too, like behind the scenes, like in the off seasons. Like I remember going up to BYU's facility and like throwing with Tanner Mangum and Mitch Matthews and you guys at the indoor. And like I remember coming into college, like me and Ross Oppo, because they used to compare us coming into college out of high school, that's how we knew each other, because, you know, us as big recruits. And I always told Ross, like, man, you should have went to Texas, but that's another story for another day. But but it's just like, man, we have these relationships, but it's kind of hard to like share, like, man, we actually cool with people like outside of the field, because like they be like, how dare you? I'm like, man, like he's like Devon Blackman, he grew up in the same areas. Like, man,
I love that guy.
You know what I'm saying? Like, how can I not be friends? That's my guy. But I hate you, but you know, that's my guy. Yeah.
Hey, that game though, hey, honestly though, your homies off the field, you got family on their team, all that. But then you walk over the white lines in that game, and all you see is the enemy.
That's fact.
You go a little bit harder, you know, do a little bit extra.
Yeah. And that's what's been crazy for me to see over the years, and what fans just don't understand is the hatred is between the fans and Bronco and Kyle back in the day. All right, let's be honest on that one, right? Yeah. But no, like it's nuts, because like the players on each team get along so damn well. Like it's been nuts to see. I don't think it was that way like in the early 90s, maybe the later 90s it started getting more and more that way. But it's been crazy to just sit back and hear, like, you know, all these close friendships that, you know, weren't even years after the game. They were close, you know, they were close in college, you know.
Oh, that Bronco and Kyle, like that. Oh, that was hard. Like that's legendary. Even now, like with Coach Taki and freaking Coach Witt, but like Bronco and Witt, oh, that's two
defensive minded coaches too. They're two big coordinators that are built off of grit, and like they got their standard. If you don't meet their standard, you're off the team. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's like so simple. Like those guys were like, it's great. It's great.
Yeah. It was funny because so in Whittingham's press conference today, he was asked about for everybody listening. We're recording this on Monday, so in the press conference today, he was asked about Bear, and he declined answering the question. He just wanted to focus on his team. Well, BYU fans took it as arrogance, whatever you want to call it. You know, they weren't happy about it. You know, he answered a question about Kalani and all the other coaches and everything. But it was funny because they were just pissed, and like some of the things that they were saying. No. I'm like, that's not even Kyle like being the meanest or like not caring when it comes to the Holy War. Like, do you guys remember back to the Bronco years? Like, he hated that guy, and that's okay to say, because it's like it was so obvious. Like, Kyle did not like Bronco, so that animosity between those two, but then how close the teams were, it's such a weird and unique dynamic.
Man, and it's hard.
It got heated in the media.
Yeah.
Like, remember that?
And even the bowl. Remember the bowl game where it was Cindy?
Yeah.
In the when he said something, it was crazy. It was in the bowl game. We were like out in the streets and whatever for the bowl game.
Was it don't start nothing, won't be nothing? I can't remember.
Yeah.
Oh, that's when I was like, oh shoot. Oh, we turning the page on this. This is going to be like, this is Cindy was crazy. That was crazy.
It is. Honestly, you know, it's funny. Like, you kind of go through, you know, you're like come to college moment, come to the NFL moment. Like, there's a BYU Utah moment, and every player's line. You know what I mean? Like, like I still remember one. Like, mine was. I want to know what your guys are too, but like one play specifically, I remember there's like an interception, and we pick it, and I'm coming back. You know, I'm like running to the ball, and I turn to come back to block.
Yeah,
and I lock eyes with the O lineman from like 20 yards away. And I don't even know where the ball is at this point. I don't even care. It's just me and him are going full speed at each other. Like, there's like no one in the stadium. It's just me and him for about 20 yards, as fast as we could go, and just boom, like
but it's crazy.
You know, like it's just like, yeah, this is what it's about.
Yeah, and man, my moment was I think it was my redshirt freshman year. This is like the only time I played special teams, and I don't know why they did this. It was 2012, and y'all remember you had Ziggy Ansah?
Yeah.
They had Ziggy Ansah running down on kickoff, man. And I'm the guy that's supposed to be blocking him on the front line.
I don't want to block that guy.
Come on,
That guy is like a lion.
You feel me? I'm like, y'all setting me up right now. Like, y'all don't see he's 280, run a 4.3. Like, come on, man. So that was my come to BYU moment right there. Like, having to block him. And that was the last time I was on special teams, too. But that's Ziggy, man. That's too hard, man. That boy lifted me off my feet so hard. I said, damn. That was crazy. Yeah, that was literally my last time on kickoff return, like special teams. My last time playing special teams, too. But that was crazy. I couldn't believe it.
That's awesome.
He retired.
What was yours, Zach?
I don't know. Honestly, I never had like a physical come to BYU moment. Like, you know, I didn't have that moment. I don't know why.
You just dominated him too much, huh?
I mean, no, because honestly, none of those games for me. Like my freshman year, I wasn't a starter. We were kind of like just rotating guys in and out. I know I had like a nice little drive in the fourth quarter that gave us a nice little spark at the back end of the game. And then my second year, I was playing with a grade 2 AC joint sprain. So I wasn't even mentally there. Like we had to go to BYU. So it's a night game. Like it was a great energy, but I like just mentally, I just couldn't get into that game and just like, I just couldn't do it because that was the first time I had ever had an injection in any part of my body. Like I had never had to play with an injection before, and it was in my shoulder. So it was weird. We ended up winning, but it was not an impressive night for myself. And like I don't even know how we won. Like I don't even know what we did, how we pulled that out. Like I have no idea. 18 was the year that we had that crazy comeback at home. Jason Shelley and TJ Green, all those dudes. Yeah. Like they I missed that game because I was out with my knee injury, but like that was I'm in the stadium, and like that night was special though. Like that was probably my favorite college moment when it comes to like obviously like on-field stuff. And I didn't even play, like, because you get a chance, like when you don't play, you get a chance to actually like enjoy the environment, like, and actually look at like the must, look at like all the people in there going crazy. Like you get to actually feel the stadium. And that was like the first time I actually got to feel the stadium. And in 19, the year I came back, that was a crazy game for myself. Sorry, Bronson, I gave you guys like 180 that night. I gave you guys
one
like
of the most
180.
epic drives in rivalry history, too.
Yeah, that was the game where Snoop was like, "They so poo-poo." Yeah, I don't know where he pulled that out, but I think he was trying to have a moment to stamp something for himself in that game, and he pulled that out. And I was like, "All right, I guess that's what we're going with." But like, because 19 that year, like I didn't know what to expect. And I was like low key in my head, like that whole time leading up to that game, because it was the first game of the year, right? I'm just coming back off of knee surgery, and I'm playing with a broken hand because I had broken my hand in fall camp. So I'm not like, you know, Coach Will and everybody was trying to keep it like a secret. I had a cast on the whole 9. Like I was pretty banged up, and I hadn't even done nothing really yet. And I think I broke my hand going against Cody Barton in pass rush one-on-one in practice, honestly. So like I got a whole thing on under my glove, and nobody really fully knows like how bad it is. Like everybody kind of, you know, you got leaked a little bit. So I didn't know what the hell I was going to do versus y'all, but I was like, I had never had that game up until that moment. Like I hadn't had that stamp yourself type of game versus BYU. And somehow, some way, obviously the offensive line played, you know, lights out, but somehow, some way we figured out a way, and we had a lightning delay that game. Took even longer to try to get up out of there. It was a long night. Like we in there eating oranges and Rice Krispies and like don't know, just like, yo, can we get out of here? And then Coach Witt decides to just run the ball to me like 10 times in a row. I'm like, yo, like you just get into that mode where you don't even know how many times you got the ball. But like after the game, I'm like, yo, this dude just ran the ball 10, 11 straight times, and we ran off like 9 minutes off the clock. Right? Like you talk about making that stadium empty and it's quiet. Like it was a great night. Like that was my BYU moment of just like actually having one of those games where, you know, I can actually be like, you know what, I did help beat those guys, and thankfully, you know, we're 4-0 on this side of things.
You know what? I'm not gonna lie to you too. Like this may be coming out a little bit, but we used to get so jealous of like BYU's offense because they threw the ball so much, and we used to be, us as receivers, we was like, that's like it was like every time we would be so hot because like Mitch Matthews, he'll be doing his little thing, and then Devon, he'd be talking trash to me. I'm like, bro, y'all are so like, so it used to always be like, it's funny, like their receivers making fun of like us because, you know, we're known as like these blocking type receivers, but it's like, man, so that used to be we used to get a little jealous, like, God dang, dog, they over there airing that thing out, like throwing 40 times. I'm like, God, dog.
No, that's true. They did throw the ball a lot. Like that's the same time I was there. Like they were throwing, like the amount of plays. They were doing so many plays. Like, and then the defense, you know, when it was working, it's great. But then sometimes it's 3 and out quick, and you got to go back out there as a defense. All right, let's go. Like,
but
it makes sense. It makes sense though. I mean. But hey, when you got good running backs though, like Zemo, I mean,
you just run the ball the whole time. I mean, bump that, because we had D Booker. I mean, hey, I'm handling. If I'm playing Madden or college, I'm handling them the ball every time anyway. Like 10, 11 times in a row, like every time. Like, so I get it. I totally.
Who was before that? Who was before that?
So John White.
John White. Yeah.
Oh, I remember him.
Okay. Hey, It's a great debate on who, man, that boy. Because when I first came in, man, John White, that 54-10 game against BYU, that was insane. And then we had Kelvin York and Bubba
between
Poole.
Those guys.
Kelvin York and Bubba Poole.
Yeah. Okay.
Bubba Poole, he was nice too.
Yeah. And he was like nice and a little shifty. And then Kelvin York actually had a good game against BYU.
He delivered one of the nastiest hits in rivalry history.
He had a moment, that little run. He ran over. I forgot who it was. Who he ran over?
9-11.
I want to say it was a safety.
It was it was in 12 or 13. I think it was in 12 or 13. It was a safety.
Oh, I wonder who it was. Dang it, I should remember this.
Man, y'all had a corner that used to get on all of our nerves. He was number 7 or something like that.
Number 7?
Yeah, in our senior year. Huh?
Preston Hadley?
Yes, I think that's him. We used to be like, come on, he was a man. He was funny. He was cool guy. But I just said on the field, he used to like know how to push your buttons, man.
Oh yeah, he is good at that.
Was that the one that got the heat for the strip club pictures? Do you remember that?
I know what you're talking
about.
Where
they had the letters, like the lit up letters in the background with. I swear it was Spencer.
Oh no, I'm saying Preston, the corner. Oh yeah, that's the guy that did that. Yeah, I'm talking about the DB that's transferred from Snow.
Yeah.
Okay.
That used to give him a hard time,
bro.
he was like that,
bro. He was annoying us, bro. It was like, come on, bro. And then he would talk trash, like too, because he know we didn't really throw it like that, so he would talk trash, like. So we like, bro. Oh, I can't wait. So we used to.
That's hilarious. See, I didn't get that. Just so you know, D-line, O-line, we don't talk smack.
Man, he used to talk trash.
DBs, wide receivers, they always have a good time out there talking smack.
Yeah. And y'all had a safety too. I think he went to the Chiefs.
Danny Sorensen.
Dog, he was a good trash talker too. And he a hit sticker. That boy.
Oh yeah.
He a thumper. So,
yeah. No, that is true. He's not afraid to come up and He doesn't care.
I hated Indian. I hated blocking him. That was a headache.
So for all three of you guys, like who was maybe give me like one or two guys from, obviously Bronson from Utah and Zack and Kenneth from BYU. Like give me 1 to 2 guys that were the guys that you absolutely either hated playing or like admired for, the type of player that they were on the other team.
Ooh, that's good. It's hard though, because like I watched so many BYU Utah games. I'm like watching from both sides, because like when I was at like when my dad coached at Utah, and I was there on the front row at Lavelle Edwards, and I watched my Uncle Jason was in that game, and my Uncle Doug was in that game, and I watched that dude Luke Staley run it in down the sideline to win that game. You guys remember that?
Yeah.
And I was just
they wouldn't. I remember it. Oh gosh.
You remember that?
It's imprinted in the brain, man.
Yeah, I was there on the front row of that game as a kid, right? And in the Utah visiting center, the coaches section, right? And I remember the field is clearing, and that was my first time where I saw a giant brawl break out on the field between fans. Like this dude, boom, like people getting laid out, and I'm just a kid sitting there, just like, holy WWE.
The craziest fight was I want to say it was 93. It might not have been 93. It might have been mid 90s, but there was the Utah cheerleader was running the flag.
I've seen replays of that.
And then a fan went down and tried to tackle him, and the cheerleader started punching him.
Oh, wow.
Dang.
Was it a male cheerleader or a female cheerleader?
Bell.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, like,
running the flag.
Dang. We got chicks throwing bowls out there. Yeah. Man, but as far as the player, that's tough.
No player for me. I always knew it was gonna be a physical ass game though. Like that was the main thing. Like it was gonna be physical. Like if it was one of those games where you were already banged up coming into that game, like it just played with your psyche a little bit because that's a game you really want to be as healthy as you possibly can. Like because that's the game like you want to just go all out and just do it, like be at your absolute best. Like so like for me it was just always like, yo, I know there's gonna be a physical game. Like they gonna try to do some dirty little type of things, maybe at the bottom, something like that, or and these dudes is big. Like their D line was always huge. Like they never had a small D line. Like it was never like, like they just had big towering dudes just everywhere across that front four, and the linebackers were always really good. They were strong. So like that was always the thing for me. It was more so like that, like just getting ready for that type of a game. It's different when you're playing like a team that might be more finesse, right? And you be good with that. But like when you came to like, okay, these dudes gonna be in the right place at the right time, like all that breaking tackles type of stuff, you're gonna really have to be able to bring it. So like that was it for me. It was like, yo, physicality, can't shy away from it. People gonna look at you a little differently if you shying away from it, all the type of stuff. Like you get when you go back and you watch the film the day after that, or 2 days after that, whatever it is, it's always different. It's different than if you playing like at any other type of school, right? Because now I feel like the coaches always like just evaluate you a little harder, a little differently, just like as a player. Like, are you turning shit down? Where's your effort level? Like all those little different things that you might get away with on different teams, but for that game, just because so many people have so many things, just they feel that game different. Like on both sides of the coaching staff, like coach staff in Utah has probably played or coached at BYU or has some type of family, and vice versa. So it's like, what you think they talking about all week long, right? Like they getting text messages, they getting phone calls, like just the whole entire week is like, yo. And they want us to go out there and be our best and go win that game.
That's facts.
Like, I don't know what it felt like. Sorry again, Bronson. I just keep doing this. But I don't know what it felt like, that following week of practice to lose to BYU. Just like, I don't know where Coach Witt probably went mentally. Right? Like, I would have loved to have somebody out here that actually lost to BYU just to see, like, to get a nice little picture of what Coach Witt was like after that game.
Yeah.
What is he like after? I know he's like, after you win it, it's like, all right, cool, whatever. Keep moving on. He don't really think about it no more. It's like, whoop, back of the head, right? But I'm like, losing that? I'm like,
I know it hurts.
Oh my goodness! Like Bloody Tuesdays was already crazy.
For real. That's facts.
So can you imagine like losing? Like if you in the pit already, you finna get it. You gonna get it too.
Man, I ain't gonna. So, man, if I had to think about one or two players from the moment, I'm not even thinking about defense wise. I just like who had the most impact. I think, man, the first player I saw when I first got into the rivalry was Cody Hoffman. I think that's his name, Cody Hoffman, the receiver. Yeah, I had to give him much respect. Like he was a baller, dude. Like watching him do his thing was amazing. And then so that would be the first person I would like highlight. Like I think he made me realize, oh dang, so that's what BYU was about. He nice with it. And as far as defensively, y'all had another guy. I think he was a safety type corner, like more of a nickel. He wore number 7, I think. He moved into coaching after he got done playing. Light-skinned guy, I believe he is. He played in our years, Bronson. He was a safety, I think. Safety or corner. I think he's a corner.
That's not Preston Hadley.
He's light-skinned.
Yeah, that's Preston.
Okay. So yeah.
11, 12, and then his last year was 12.
Yes, him. I liked him. He was a good dude. Yeah, I liked him. I remember him. He talks trash too. But yeah, I remember him. Yeah, he was a good dude. Yes, I do remember him from there. So yeah, that's another guy I would think about that did that. Obviously, because we went against each other and stuff. But I liked the way he played and his trash talkingness. I love that too. So those are 2 people that stood out for me. Oh, no. Hold on. One more guy. He don't get the attention he deserves. Y'all know JD Falls-Lev.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. I know what you
mean. He's epic to me, man. I just love his swagger, bro. Yeah, JD, man. Yeah.
Now you know who I mean, there's a lot of guys I played against. I think. I mean, but I think of them like as groups. I don't know why, but it's like the D. Like, I felt like Utah's D line year in year out. Like, I mean, yeah, my dad coached the D line, but then I watched them even when we left. Right, as a kid watching them and playing D line. It's like I remember like Star was an issue, right? Like that guy. I mean, you got to take 2 people to block him, sometimes 3. Like. He was a major issue. But then it's just like the D line just keeps reloading, and just keeps getting, it's just like it's crazy. But I always felt like this is me watching it like in high school and stuff, right? And I was like, this guy's a problem. Was Weddle. Weddle, because he could do everything. He's going on offense and score a touchdown. He's going on defense and get a pick. And then go and Weddle, he loves. Yeah. I love Weddle. I played with Weddle for a while in the league, and like him and I are super close. But like watching him in high school and stuff in college, the dude was like, that's the guy you just want on your team because he's so competitive and he's so willing to do whatever it takes to win, and he can do so much. It's like, man, he was always. I think he scored the first touchdown or threw it or something in one of the Utah BYU games, and I was like, dang, it's gonna be a long night with that dude.
Man, speaking of Star, there's a crazy story with Star. So one day in practice, I forgot, I think it was fall camp or spring, one of those 2. We on offense, we on defense, and my job was supposed to crack back the safety coming down. I didn't hit him like I could have hit him and depleted him, but I hit him enough to where he was off his feet, right? And so Star, he's like, oh, that's FWK. That's FWK. and then when he said that, everybody else on the D-line said it too. And I was like, oh, this is gonna be a long time after practice, boy. Like this locker room about to be crazy. And so like after we got out of practice, we went into the locker room. I swear the whole D line came over there, and I'm like, yo, this is gonna be crazy. And it was like, that's fucked up what you did over there, okay? I was like, man, look, that was my responsibility. I didn't even hit him like I was trying to explain. Like, look, I ain't even trying to hit. He was like, we're gonna watch film, and if it shows that you really whoop-de-whoop, we're gonna come back here, we gonna handle it. I was like, damn, lucky my receivers have my back. You feel me? My receivers, I'm the biggest receiver on the team.
Like, you're the wide receiver hiding behind you.
So, like my boys got my back, but I mean, I'm the biggest receiver. So it's like, it's us against the D line, and they come and pressing me. I'm like, man, this is crazy. But that moment, I was like, yo, I'm hoping this film don't lie, and it shows that I wasn't really trying to kill him like he thought I tried to kill him, so that we don't come back in here to starve. Seeing how he does people in pass on field, come on, man. I'd have been just thrown around like a little rag doll like this. You feel me? Like how strong this dude is. But them boys, it was Star, it was Cindy, it was all. I was like, yo, yeah, this is gonna be a rough locker room moment if this film shows otherwise. So yeah, that was a crazy Star moment. But I love Stars. What was the end result? Huh? Oh, they was like, they knew they saw the film. They was like, oh, because I let up, but I just. Obviously, I'm bigger than, and he just happened to fall off his feet.
He was off balance, so he didn't see you. Cracked him.
But luckily, they was like, it showed that you didn't try to knock his helmet off like you could have. And so I was like, told y'all, I'm trying to tell y'all, bro. Like, y'all like, yeah. But good people, man. I love them, man. I love them. Good people.
Oh, that's awesome.
So Bronson, you mentioned Weddle. His boy is the number 3 prospect in the 2028 class right now.
Damn.
Oh, Gage is?
Mm-hmm.
Dang, I didn't know that. I know he's playing quarterback.
Quarterback or safety. I mean, he's killing it at both.
Did we offer him yet? That's the next question. Like,
but oh no, what happened to him?
His laptop probably died. It was just hilarious. That's the first thing my mind went to just now. His laptop probably died.
His laptop died.
It's a good chance. Because he wasn't glitching or nothing the whole time. So I know that laptop. Oh,
what just happened? No, it said
you're back.
It said StreamYard. It said StreamYard had to reload. And I was like, it just went blank. I was like, oh wow.
Well, that's better than what I thought.
We like you too much, man. We didn't kick you off. Come on.
I was like, dang, it canceled me already. What the heck?
Like that.
Yeah, so his kid's a class in 2028. He's already 6'2". He's gonna get bigger. I don't know that he'll be able to be safety size, man. I have to wonder if by the time he's in college, if he's a linebacker. I mean,
where's he getting that height from? What was that?
That's what I was gonna say. Where's the height coming from?
Yeah, maybe Chanel.
I want to say what it was like 6 foot, 6'1". Yeah, crazy, huh?
Yeah, and his wife, she's an athlete too. She's something with. Yeah. Hey, I need to go down and watch a game. Then down in San Diego, go watch Gage.
Where are you at, Bronson? Where you live?
I'm in Provo.
I thought you said the way you said it, like I need to go down to San Diego. I thought you was in California. It's like, oh shoot. Like I'm just down the street.
You like going down there a lot though. It's easy to get down there now. Go catch Weddle. But yeah, he's great. I love Weddle. Like that rivalry. So right before that rival, like right before Weddle, right before, like there was a lot of like, I would say there was probably the most fights BYU versus Utah on the field between players in like the late 90s, early 2000s. I remember watching as a kid and I was like, this is a different game. Man. Like there's so many. My uncles were in a lot of them, but
Yeah. You know what's so weird?
Your uncles didn't fight. Come on.
They just resolved.
They were calm.
They're calm. Yeah.
You know what's crazy? It's like, you thinking back to when you were younger and watching these players, and then like how younger players watching you are now, like, how can I put it? Like, for instance, Lander Barton. I remember when Lander was like 8-9 years old, and we're like coaching them and getting into the facility, and now Lander is who Lander is. Like, what in the world? Like, you know what I'm saying? And like you now become that, older guy or whatever, but you were once that guy. Isn't it weird to you how that evolution happens? Like, I'm pretty sure when you were in college, there was a kid looking up to you, but now that kid's in college and now you this old head to them. Like, isn't it weird now? Like, seeing
It's so strange. You know who that is, honestly? Like, he's actually on the Vikings right now. Tyler Batty. He's at DN. I don't know if you guys know him, but so I coach basketball camp during the summer, and he was on my basketball team when he was just like little, like third, fourth grade. And I'm like watching him. I'm like, that's a football guy playing basketball. That's my type of guy here. Yeah, you've got my team. Like, you know, and watching him go through, it's actually pretty cool. But that's why football is the greatest thing ever, right there. Because it's like you got the whole next generation, the leaders, the seniors take care of the freshmen. Like it's there's just no greater sport. Like it's awesome.
Yeah. Like I look at Marcus Williams, like you know, I remember seeing him when he was 13, 14 years old, and him, and I'm going to high school, him watching, because I went to school with his older brother, and him watching me in high school, and then I go to Utah, him coming to Utah, and I'm like convincing him. Now he goes to Utah and goes to, so it's just so weird, like just the evolution of like how people grow, where they once were, and now they're who they're becoming. I just find that so weird, you know.
He was 17 when he was at Utah, right? Wasn't he starting at 17?
Yeah, he was a young boy. Yes, sir.
Yeah, that dude was a stud.
Yeah, you know, it's crazy because his freshman year, I forgot, he had a bad game against, I forgot what team it was. I think it was Washington State. It was Washington. I think it was Washington State. He had a bad game. People like writing him off, and I'm like, man, that's the wrong person to write off. And eventually, obviously, he became who he became. But it's just it's cool to see the maturation. I just love that piece of it, you know.
Guys, let's do this. You know, obviously we had some technical difficulties a little bit at the start. So I mean, on my end, I'm looking at the recording. I'm seeing the time. Obviously, we haven't recorded for as long as it's saying, right?
Yeah.
And Kenneth, I'm not sure how much longer you got, man. But
so as long as the kids ain't crying.
What's up?
As long as the kids ain't crying, I hear them in there. And my wife's taking a bath, so as long as she ain't coming out yelling at me or the kids ain't crying, I'm pretty good.
Man, as soon as she comes out yelling, we're just gonna all start laughing, bro.
I'm hoping I'm on mute during that time.
I'm gonna drop you. I'm just gonna drop you, bro.
I just disappear on the screen. Y'all be like, oh yeah, I know what's going on.
So this rivalry, I mean, you guys talked about it. It's a unique rivalry, right? I mean, Zack, you said it perfectly when you were talking about, the rivalries out in Florida, right? With Miami and all that stuff, and how this one just hits different. So, for the longest time, I mean, look, Whittingham has said that the rivalry needed a break because it got so damn toxic. Okay. It's nice to have it back. At the same time, too, now it's that weird kind of thing where, Utah went to the Pac-12, BYU went independent. Utah started, fans at least started acting like, oh, well, we don't need BYU on the schedule. Let's be real. Like, a football season's not a football season without a Utah and BYU game.
Right? I hated not playing against Utah that 1 year.
Right,
I was like, why are we playing this year? Like, that's the best game of the year. What are we doing? Like, I can't believe we missed it.
How important is it that how refreshing and how important is it that this is a staple year in and year out now? It's happening on a constant basis in the same conference, and this game right here, the winner of it, is, I mean, there's still a lot to go in the season, but the winner of this is in a really good spot to keep fighting for a potential conference championship spot.
Yeah, this is probably one of the biggest ones in a while, from the standpoint of both teams being ranked. I don't think that's happened since 2009. Both teams being ranked at the same time, being in the same conference, right? Like you said, just having the stipulations of going to be in that championship game. Like, this is a huge game. It's not just, it's even more added fuel for the players, because now, years down the road, we could be like, man, we kept you guys, like, say one of these teams goes to the championship game. One of these teams going to be like, man, we kept you guys out of the championship game, right? And that stings more than just saying, I beat you that one weekend, right? So, like, it's a huge game. And I think also with the NIL stuff too, like, you got to think about it like that too. Like, it is a change a little bit, because last year BYU won, right? And in 2021 or 2022, I can't remember what year it was, 2021, they also won, right? So in the last 3-4 years, right, or whatever, they got 2 wins. So, and you got NIL stuff now, and as Bronson knows, BYU does NIL for real, for real.
Hey, we don't mess around. We don't mess around. You know, we gotta make up for some past years. You know,
yeah, they don't mess around. So it's like you got to look at it also from that standpoint of things as well, because that swings things tremendously. And Utah, the state has been growing immensely, and just the talent that's coming from here, just year in and year out, even more so than ever before, just in a lot of different positions, right? Like just overall, like the skill positions are even getting better. So like this game is big. Like it's probably like, you know, 5-10 years from now, you probably look back at this game, you know, hopefully is that much of a classic and be like, this was the one that kind of turned things when it comes to being in the Big 12, talking about fighting for conference championships and fighting for NIL stuff and all that type of stuff. Like this has the opportunity to kind of be able to do it because it's the first time that all of these different type of things are just coming together, and both teams got the talent. It's not like, you know, like I can't sit here, right, honestly, and be like, oh yeah, Utah's just gonna go out there and just wipe our hands and just be done with it, right? Like BYU is also super talented, right? And they have a great coach staff, and it's the same thing back and forth. Like if you're a betting man, that's probably a game you don't touch, right? Like you probably like, I don't know, like I'll probably leave this one off my parlay this weekend, right? Like just because you just don't know. It's just that much of a back and forth. And like you said, Bronson, like this might be, you know, like you remember like growing up, like coming down to 1 point, coming to a walk-off field goal, right? And Alex, we talked about our kicker being so good, right, last week. Shoot, he might have a chance to etch his name in the history books, right, with a walk-off field goal. Like this This game,
this is where you can make a name for yourself.
Yeah,
forever in this state, forever, honestly, forever.
yeah. Like this game has it all. We got the players on both sides. Like the quarterbacks are both really good. Like they have really good run game. Like everything is there. There's no just like, all right, Utah should win this or BYU should win this by, 10, 15 points, no problems, right? Like it can go either way. You really wouldn't be mad just because it's probably one of the more even type games in this rivalry you've had in just a little bit of time.
It makes me nervous. Not gonna lie to you. Especially being at home, like with BYU being at home, it makes me a little nervous. Does make me a little nervous. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm hoping for a great game by the end, but like you said, I think man.
Yeah, it's literally a crazy game. I was looking it up earlier today, and a lot of like these betting sites had BYU at 51% chance to win. Like you talk about, you might as well it's that close.
Yeah, that's all. I don't know where the line shifted now, but last I saw, Utah was favored by 3.5,
3.5. Yeah, that's what I saw last time. Yeah. So I've seen both, and it's like it's just up to you. It's like, are you going to think that we can kind of kick into it real fast? It's like, okay, like the matchups, like Utah offensive line, we've talked about all year, right? We talked about it all year, just how good they are, right? And obviously they put on a really good show last week, being able to run that ball the way they did with over 250 plus yards in the run game, like just alone. Like I think Dan Pierre threw 12 passes and they put up 40 points, right? Like
it's crazy.
Are you gonna lean that way this week, right? Or because all that stuff, like I talked about it a little bit on the recap we had the other day, like all the stats, all that stuff goes out the window. This is straight up man whoop another man, right? Can you move your dude, right? More than he can move you on a consistent level, right? Like the coach is gonna be able to scheme up some stuff, cool, right? But it's gonna just come down to the most executing team, like whoever's gonna execute at the highest level. And this is a game. It's gonna be muddy. It's gonna be ugly. It's gonna be some penalties. Like it's gonna be a lot of stuff. And for us, I can't speak about BYU because I'm not like super familiar with the roster this season, right? But like we got a lot of new faces on our side, and this is a lot of these guys, specifically our key players. This is their first time ever being in this rivalry, right? Like Dan Pierce never played in this. Rogers never played in this. Park, like none of these guys that you're counting on, right, has ever played in this. 1, 2, they're not even from here, so they don't even understand it fully, right? Just like how much you can watch it on TV, you can, the coaches can talk about it and all that type of stuff. But like until you get into that thing, and the first time they have to go do this is at BYU, like that's not an easy place to go and play at all. So like it's a lot of little different stuff where it's like, yo, I don't know how this thing is gonna turn out, man. But obviously, I'm gonna go with us. I think I love to see a walk-off field.
Yeah, you're really convincing me after you just said that, Zemo. I want to believe you.
Yeah, right? It's like,
I'm a stats major, bro. I'm listening to you on your stats before. I'm like, hey, something's not adding up here.
Yeah.
oh man.
No,
it's gonna be one score. I can tell you that. It's gonna be one score.
Oh yeah.
Like, I feel it's gonna be like 3 or less. Like it's gonna be something crazy. Like because it's gonna be so physical. And then I don't know. I feel like after so many years of watching it, I feel like it comes down to it gets so physical. Guys start to fall out of the game sometimes just because it's so physical. And then it's like your backup goes in there, and then they got to play at a high level. Yep. And it's like, oh, it's the greatest game. Like I like you guys all played in it. Like it's hard to explain to people that aren't from here. Like really, people think like their rivalry game where they're from is huge. But then you come over here and you're like, oh wow, this is big too. Like I'm just one score game, but gotta go with the Cougs. So
I'm thinking 27-23 Utes, 27-23. Get game winning drive type touchdown to end it. Like it's gonna be 21-23 going into the fourth quarter with like 4 minutes left. I have a vision that we're gonna lead down to a touchdown. BYU gonna have like 30-some seconds left. They ain't gonna complete it, that type of thing. And we're gonna win 27-23. I don't know why. I get that type of feel. Like 27-23, game winning touchdown, like with 4 minutes left. And if that happens, that shit's gonna be crazy. People gonna be like trying to call my line for like, hey, can you help me on your parlay or something? But, I have a feeling like that's gonna happen. It's gonna come down to the last drive, like 4 or 5 minutes left in the game.
Hey, that's a very BYU Utah score. I think I've seen that one before, right? 23-27.
Yep, exactly.
Those numbers, it's always like 23-27, 21-24. It's
34-31. Right?
Yeah, 34-31. It's just like,
but you liked that score back in the day, bro. Hey, I'll ask you this, okay? You didn't win one as a player, but as a Ute fan and with your dad coaching, how many wins did you get?
Okay, so he coached there from 93 or 94 to 2001.
94, 95.
Damn, Alex, your history.
I'm trying to remember back.
I'm trying to remember.
BYU got 96 and 97, right? Or they at least got 96. That was a good BYU team in 96. That was a Cotton Bowl team.
Yeah, they were like 11-1 or something that year.
Yeah.
They lost. Yeah. It's like Chad Lewis.
I think Sarkisian was the quarterback.
Oh, that's lit.
Yeah.
I learned that Steve Sarkisian played for BYU this past weekend, actually, when it was the Texas versus Oklahoma game, and they mentioned it. They threw it in there real fast, and I was like, I didn't even know that.
Then Andy Reid part of the whole thing too. I'm like, this is crazy how.
Lavelle is a coaching goat. His coaching tree goes far and wide. It's impressive.
Yeah. You know what's funny too? So that's my dad's side of the Utah BYU rivalry. But people don't know that my mom, her brother was the captain of the 84 team at BYU. And during that era building up to it. So it's like, even then, like.
That's the championship team, right?
Yeah, that was a championship. He was an offensive guard.
Mythical national championship. I'm going to let him cut me here. I'm going to let him cut me here. Mythical national championship. It's the reason that the BCS was created. All right. When they did the BCS formulas dating back to all the years that they didn't have the BCS, BYU would have slotted in like number 6 or number 8.
Mm-hmm.
No, hey, props to BYU.
Trophy,
they have a national championship
in real life.
Deserved, right? What's that?
Man, that's crazy.
I'm just teasing you. I'm just giving you a hard time. I'm saying I swear the trophy's real. I've seen it. It's real.
It's a nice trophy, man. It's a nice trophy. I saw one of those similar ones circulating around the tailgate lot back in 2004 at the night tailgate when Utah whooped BYU to go to the Fiesta Bowl. So,
okay, wait.
It's a nice trophy. Damn.
Who was the quarterback?
Legit, okay.
Who was the quarterback of BYU? I'm trying to remember that game. Who was the
84? That was that Bosco?
Oh, you mean in the 80s?
Oh, no. Okay, back up. No, I was saying like the 04 year when Utah went to the Fiesta Bowl, they had it circulating.
Oh yeah, that was Weddle.
That's what I was talking about.
That was Weddle, right?
No, that was Alex Smith at Utah that year. That was Alex Smith.
Yeah, but wasn't Weddle on the defense?
Yeah, Weddle was defense.
Wasn't he that was like his sophomore year or something? And then that was like Sione Poha and all those.
That was his senior year.
Yeah, I remember that.
Did you guys ever see the?
He married a Kaufusi.
Okay, everybody talks about how Lavelle would run up the score. Okay, Urban one-ups him from the runner-up level and puts in Steve Fafita. Okay, does that name ring a bell, guys?
Oh, I know Steve.
I know that's for you,
he just had a big win. Did you see his team, Santa Margarita, just beat Modern Day?
Mm-hmm.
Damn,
He's the D coordinator over there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I love that he's doing well coaching, man. So Noah Fafita is his nephew, by the way, guys. But so he was like, I think they had him listed at 5'11". He was probably like 5'8". I don't know. But anyways, over 300 pounds, bowling ball. They put him in towards the end of the game to run it around the 5-yard line. And oh my God, this dude like goes and like jumps over the line, jumps into him, just bounces off of him. And he just, the maneuvers he does and gets in the end zone. That was his William Refrigerator Perry moment. But oh my God, that was, dude. I mean, you talk about,
you gotta love a D-line scoring.
What's that?
Gotta love a D-line scoring. I don't know about that feels, but you know.
Oh, dude. I mean, you talk about rubbing salt in the wounds, man. Oh God. I don't know if there was ever another touchdown in this rivalry. That was more like a salt in the wound moment than that one. That was, oh God.
See, that's what's gonna happen. Like the next 5 years, the rivalry is about to go 0 to 100 in my mind amongst the fans.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's going to get crazy.
Yeah. The Big 12 doesn't know what hit them yet.
Yeah, they're going to be like, whoa, we weren't expecting this.
No, dude. I mean, just the fact that last year Utah, I mean, you know, the amount of quarterbacks Utah had to go through, right? Losing another quarterback in the middle of the BYU game and all that stuff. Dude, as soon as they get a glimpse of this stuff this year, they're going to be sitting back and, okay, yeah, this game's at the end of the year now. And the likelihood that they're going to be playing back-to-back games, you know, for the rivalry week end of the year game and then kicking into the conference championship game, that's going to, the odds on that are going to be a lot higher than anybody in the Big 12 realizes because, dude, I mean, look, Utah's consistent, you know, law of averages, you're going to have a rough year or two here and there, right? They had them, you know, but you can't argue with Utah's consistency, right? BYU, they've built it. They're looking awesome. You know, they relied on Utah coaches to build it back up. They did it the right way, right, Bronson? So, but no, like between Utah, BYU, and Texas Tech, those are 3 teams that are just going to have the staying power for at least the next 5 to 7 years that are going to be consistent ones within the Big 12 championship game. And it's going to be a fun time for the fans, man. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
So, all right, guys. Okay, Kenneth, you gave your prediction. Who hasn't given a prediction yet?
I said it's going to be 3 points or less, but BYU's going to win.
BYU's going to win. What's the score?
That's tough. I'm going to say 7. I'm going to say Oh, that's tough. I'm gonna say 17-20.
17-20. Okay. Zach, did you give one? I can't remember.
No, I didn't give one. I'm gonna go walk-off field goal. I think I kind of hyped it up in my head a little bit of trying to make it a classic. So the only way to end off a classic is a walk-off field goal. So I'm gonna go 21-24. We take the walk-off field goal. We got a really good kicker, so the dude can kick it from a little ways out. So we get the ball last. Dampier uses his legs, get us down the field. I'm gonna go 21-24 Utes, walk-off field goal. Can you storm the field? Should they storm the field? They probably storm the field, huh?
All right, guys.
If it goes like that.
Zach's gonna storm the field. You heard it here first.
I'll record it. I probably wouldn't go down there. I probably wouldn't do that part. But I would assume if it was a walk-off field goal, man, they should storm it. They should just do it. They should just do it.
It's happened.
Because they're ranked higher at the same time. They're ranked higher right now.
Mm-hmm.
So essentially it is an upset to some degree.
15-23. So Bronson, back in 1993, Jurgensen kicks that field goal. And guys, Ute fans start charging the field. They start going to the goalpost, and all of a sudden all the BYU players are like, wait, what's going on? They go running. They're like trying to pull the fans down off the goalpost.
Hey, that's legit. I was little then. I've seen the videos. But what was interesting? That was a normal thing between BYU and Utah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. I remember sitting there and they take the goalpost up and they start to move it up the top of the stands to go throw it off the side. Do you remember that? And then they started lowering the field goals right before the game ended.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah. I think that started happening like right after the 2004 game. That was an adventure in and of itself. They started passing the goalpost up the stands in the stadium, realized that wasn't going to work. Then they bring it back down, and then that might have been 2002. That might have been with McBride actually. But the 2004 game, they brought it out and they were like trying to like hoist it over the black metal railing and everything, you getting it out, and they got it out. They took it to the tailgate and soldered it all up. But,
no way.
Yeah.
I remember that. I remember all I remember all that. That was crazy.
So man, if you guys are going with the close games and stuff like that, I mean, Zach, you've been on these enough where I keep saying, Utah's going to score around like 30, 31 points. So I'll tell you what, I'm going to stick close to that, but I'm going to do a little twist on this, and I'm going to go rivalry nostalgia. I'm going to go Bronson. I'm going to go 34-31.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Dylan Curtis, he's going to have. If it's not a close field goal, it's gonna be easy. He's gonna be pushing about 60 yards. He's got a big leg, man. It's been hit and miss so far this year. Okay, but when it comes down to it, the kid can kick it from 70.
Yeah, dang, that's crazy. 70 yards.
Yeah. Look, mine's probably not going to come true, but at the same time, too, let's have fun with saying it, especially since everybody's saying it's going to come down to the wire, right?
Mm-hmm.
But guys, let's see here. Let's just do some quick over-unders, and then we'll get you guys on your way. All right. So
I gotta head out right now. I gotta head out right now.
You gotta go.
He's getting the call. He's getting the call.
Bounce out, buddy. Bounce out.
Man, hey, pleasure, man. Bronson, good seeing you, man.
Yeah, good
Keep
seeing
doing
you.
It. All right, y'all. I'll let you.
All right, bro.
Appreciate you, buddy.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, boys. We'll make it quick here. Okay. So when it comes down to it, we're gonna go. Hey, both defenses are phenomenal, right? So we're gonna go over under 2 interceptions for Utah. You got a true freshman quarterback who I've loved watching, by the way, so far. Okay. Bears got a bright future.
I'll go under.
You'll go under?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna say under.
You're gonna say under?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go over. And here's my reason why. It's Bear is a great quarterback. He's got such a bright future. He's doing well this year, right? Like I fully expect him to be freshman of the year in the conference. Like he's a stud, but he hasn't faced a defense of Utah's caliber yet. And I just feel like, I mean, dude, Utah can get the pressure without deliberately bringing the pressure, right? Like that's what makes Utah's defense so phenomenal. I mean, BYU, you're seeing the same thing, right? So it's going to get to them. Maybe I wouldn't say over on the interceptions. Maybe it's turnovers, right? But because I said it that way, I'll go the over on it. But maybe, yeah, like I said, maybe I should have said turnovers from Bears standpoint, right? Let's see. Let's go over under another 100-yard rushing game for Devin Dampier.
I'll go over. I think he seeing him in person this past weekend, he looked fresh. Like, Utah is a little bit more of the fresher team right now. He looked really fresh. I love the game plan. And like I said, talking about the recap the other day, like Bronson, you know this, like even though you might have a team before this game, right? Like you're peaking at this game. Like the coaches are already somewhat in their mind know what they want to do, how they want to attack things. Like, and they always tell their, essentially their key players, their best players, whatever, right? So for me, I'm thinking for Utah coming off of a bye week and then going out and dominating the way they did versus Arizona State, they were already peaking at this BYU game because they had that time. Like they already know how they want to attack it. So I feel like the run game is going to be pretty good. And I think, on the edges is probably where we're going to have a little bit more success. So I'll say Dampier go over.
I'm gonna say under because got to no. I think I've been watching BYU, and like you said, they're as long as they set that edge, the interior, they got a solid interior. Like they got some good players in there. But I mean, is Jack Kelly gonna play? He's a big part.
I've heard he is. I've heard he is.
Yeah, and if he plays, I've been really impressed with that kid. Honestly, like that guy, like he's done some things. I was like, wow, like how they're using him. Like Coach Hill, I think is like maximizing his talent and skill level. Him and that other linebacker, Glasker, and so I think it's going to come down to. I mean, on that point, it's like, hey. He's going to be a long night. He just
doesn't want to say it.
The linebackers got to be ready to roll. Everyone, the front seven. But that's the thing. That's probably the most fun thing to watch against BYU and Utah. I think is like the trenches, like the front seven. Yeah, it's ruthless. Like if you want to watch some great front seven battles, every down is a fight. Like. That's honestly like sometimes
that's what I'm looking forward to this game, man.
I can replay it.
That's what I'm looking forward to this game on both sides. So I'm gonna go over, and I think he's gonna get a lot of it towards the end of the game. When Utah's needing that big drive and everything, I think BYU is just gonna be a little bit more gassed, and especially when it comes to somebody with his athleticism and mobility. He's just a different breed when it comes to. His Houdini play in the pocket when he's healthy, right? And he's back to being healthy. So, all right, guys, I was going to give you one more over under. Let's just wrap it right here, man. Dude, Bronson, thank you so much for jumping on, man. It's been an absolute pleasure. We can talk another hour, man.
I love it.
So
it's a good week. It's a good game too. I love it.
Dude, and Utah and BYU fans, we can all get along, right? I mean, come on, it's fun. It's fun. It's fun and friendly banner, right? But no, it's been a great time, man. Hey, Zack, so how do we typically close this out, man?
Yeah, man. Bronson, appreciate you hopping on with us, man. I know it was kind of last minute, but kind of ish. So, but we appreciate you working the time for us, man. This is huge. And Provo, Utah is the place to be. I'll be down there, so hopefully I'll see you guys real fast, something like that. But everybody continue to like and subscribe. Tell a friend. This is the place you want to be for all your Utah football information. So go Utes.
Appreciate it, guys. Hey, Kaufusis. So, now, hey, they just got to get going back to Utah, buddy.
hey, Carson's there right now. Doug's son, Carson's the D lineman there right now. I mean, it's been a minute, so since we had someone over there.
He went from 265 pounds to 305 from spring to now. God. All right, guys. Hey, we can keep going and going. We appreciate everybody for jumping on, man. Bronson, you're awesome. Zack, always appreciate you, buddy. So,
yes, sir. Absolutely.
We'll be talking soon.
Sounds good. See ya.
All right, bro.
Welcome to the players' lounge. Yeah. When no other moment, man, it can't compare. Due to the obvious, people look at me and then they envious. And they the ones that be grinning and acting the friendliest.